Rain poured over the scorched ruins of New Vega colony, hissing against glass shards and carbon-scored metal. The planet, once a terraformed paradise, was now a graveyard of synthetic beauty and biological ruin. And yet, amid the ashes, something moved. Dr. Mara Voss limped through the wreckage of Medical Sector 6, her left leg dragging uselessly behind her. The explosion should have killed her, but the emergency medcorps had auto-injected her with experimental nanites. She was alive, mostly. The only sound was the metallic whir of servolimbs repairing her body from within and the hum of a dying storm. "Status," she whispered, not sure who she was talking to. Then the nanites responded, not with words but images. They showed her the crash, the failed AI, the dead team, and the final experiment, Project Oasis. "Activate map," she croaked. A hologram lit the air. Only one facility remained powered, the underground vault where they kept the resurrection tech. She started walking. Beneath the surface, the vault pulsed with energy. Its AI core had gone silent 2 days ago, right after a transmission. "We brought one back, it worked, but it remembers too much." When Mara reached the outer gate, she found it open. No guards, no protocols, just a smear of blood across the retinal scanner. Inside, lights flickered as if reality had trouble holding together. The air was thick with synthetic mist, nanorepair agents still clinging to everything, trying to heal what had already died. She found him in Chamber 7. Elias Mercer, her fiancé, once the chief of neural architecture and the first volunteer for Project Oasis. His body lay on the reformation table, breathing slowly. His skin was flawless. No scars, no damage. But his eyes were open, glowing faintly violet. "Mara," he asked, voice trembling like broken code. She froze. "You remember?" He sat up, studying his hands. "I remember dying, I remember choosing. They offered me peace. But I came back for you." She ran to him, arms locking around his cold frame. He didn't pull away, but he didn't return the embrace either. The vault trembled, power flickered, and then alarms began blaring. "Security breach," the automated voice said. "Internal threat detected in neural containment." "What is it?" Mara asked. Elias answered, voice distant. "It came back with me." In the resurrection process, the neural data, the full mind scan, had to pass through the Oasis filter, a quantum space between life and death where thought lingers. Something followed his pattern, a parasite, a mind wraith intelligent and hungry. "I can feel it," Elias said, shaking. "It's hiding in the deeper layers, feeding on memory. If it reaches the surface, it won't just take me, it will jump into others." "Then we isolate it, we fix you," Mara said. He shook his head. "You can't, it's learning through me, adapting." Suddenly, the lights went out. A whisper passed through the comms system. Not a voice, but memory, painful, shared, and invasive. Mara saw visions not her own. Colonies burning, people screaming, and a black sun rising over Earth. "We have to destroy the system," Elias said. "The entire vault, everything." "No, I didn't lose you just to kill you again." "You're not losing me, I'm already half gone." Mara dragged him into the AI core, where the neural host grid still shimmered. If they could isolate his consciousness and remove the infection, there might be hope. But when she initiated the process, the grid turned black. "Too late," the voice said. It wasn't Elias anymore. "You wanted to bring him back. I brought all of them. You cracked open the wall. I am the flood." Mara screamed and pulled the emergency purge lever. Flames roared through the chamber. The grid disintegrated. When the smoke cleared, she was alone. Except no. Something still flickered in the backup systems. A faint signal, a heartbeat. One file had survived. The core flickered and Elias' voice came through, real this time. "Mara, I'm here," she whispered. Tears fell freely now. "I don't have much time, the real me. I buried myself deep away from it. The rest is corrupted. Burn me, Mara, burn everything. Let me die this time." She clenched her fists. "No, not again. I love you. Enough to know I'm not me anymore. You have to let go." She sat frozen for a moment, then nodded slowly. As her finger hovered over the final incineration command, a small window popped up. "Backup unit transfer. Available. Host body compatible." She looked into the glass reflection. Her own eyes stared back, tired, broken, but alive. She had one chance to hold him for real one last time. She activated the transfer. Pain exploded in her skull as the neural signature of Elias Mercer slid into her consciousness, not erasing her, not replacing her, but joining. It was imperfect, temporary, but for a few seconds they were one. "I remember the stars," she whispered, both voices entwined. "And I remember you," he answered, then silence. She woke alone, still herself, but not empty. The vault burned behind her as she walked into the dawn. The parasite was dead, the system wiped. But a fragment of Elias lived on, encoded in the neural lattice of her mind. She returned to the surface world, to the ruins of New Vega, not as a doctor or a survivor, but as someone who had crossed the veil and come back with love wrapped in code and ash. Back from the dead twice. And this time she wasn't going to waste the second chance.